Okay, so to start, I wanted to ask you just basically to break down some of the major systemic hurdles that are facing modern musicians. I feel that like, and then from there we'll just get into some of the deeper sort of questions because the whole article essentially speaks about how even the United Nations refers to the whole crisis as a violation of human rights, just how much musicians are essentially being stolen from their work, and none of the proceeds, for the most part at least, don't go to them. So what are some of the basic major systemic hurdles that are facing a modern musician? Somebody who wants to release onto iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, and things like that, and is just starting from his garage.
Well, there's no, I think we should always start with this term access, because there are no hurdles to getting your music out.
Right.
There are none. That sounds like, a problem. It sounds like I'm saying it's a problem, and in a way I am saying it's a problem, But what there's been is a transference of functions, and so you can get your music out. You can get it onto these platforms at no cost. But that has been received, I think, too uncritically as, I've got my music out. It's going out, Spotify are uploading 60,000 songs a day, apparently, something like that. And, if you're a teaspoon of salt water, I could say, I'm going to throw you in the ocean. Right, and you become part of the ocean.
Yeah, I'm in the ocean.
Now, try and find that teaspoon of water.
Okay. That's actually a very good analogy. I haven't thought of that.
So in the old, okay, let's start. So access, access for me, great thing. For me, I'm a consumer of music. I get my music cheap. I'm a big fan of Spotify. I can listen to everything I want to hear. Love it. For the artist, they have access to release. They have access to a platform. For me, problematic. For the company, which we have to remember is a tech company, it's not a music company. Their access is to my data, and they need me on their platform and working, operating there as much as possible, so that they can make use of the information that I am making available just by being on the platform.
Right.
And so we can see in that three-way sort of relationship, the artist is the one that's kind of got the shortest end of it, because I'm getting what I want really cheaply, and it's not for me to say it should be more or it should be whatever the price should be, but certainly when it's been raised to the big DSPs to increase their subscriptions. Now, everyone I've spoken to, a couple people have all said they'd happily pay 20% more, 50%, double, you know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to say that, but Spotify have kept the numbers down. Have resisted putting their subscriptions up. Now, the company's value and the company's royalty business are very different. So royalties are being processed through the subscriptions, the subscription earnings, but in the time since COVID began, the valuation of the company has tripled. This is Spotify, to around 70 billion dollars, $70 billion. Now, to me, there are two issues that come out of this. The one is that that value is clearly being driven by the music, but the music that is driving it gets no share of that value.
Right.
I'm getting a lot of value because I'm paying real cheap and I'm getting all the music I want. So you got a really kind of inequitable system here where, you know, don't quote me on this one. This is contentious. But, you know, in a way, I've said it to people, it was like apartheid in South Africa, the apartheid economy in South Africa.
Right.
Let's be very careful how we're phrasing this. But
Right.
in a blunt sense,
I get that.
The economy of South Africa was based on gold that was being mined, you know, by people who were not getting, you know, a fraction of benefit from it in order to keep the gold price at a level that made South Africa's economy the booming economy it was.
Right.
Now, that's not even going into the network of apartheid. That's just saying that you had cheap labor that were mining gold. The economy was the beneficiary of it. The state of South Africa, you know, I'm not going into the racial issues, but the oppressive system of South Africa was buoyed up, and it was, it was endorsed by the world,
right,
you know, for a long, long, long time.
Anti-communist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So